Starting at just shy of $40,000, this is the Nissan Ariya. And at first, I thought this was one of the most quirky EVs I had driven this year, but the more time I actually spent behind the wheel, the more I actually appreciated this vehicle for what it had. It actually has a pretty impressive tech stack inside. It's got a sunroof, which, as weird as that sounds as a feature, isn't something you see on a lot of EVs in 2025, especially at this price. And overall, the driving experience, the design, it's got some quirks, but there's also a whole lot to like. So let's crunch the currents with Recurrent, break down the data on the Nissan Ariya, and let me explain why this might just be the best EV for you in 2025. Your shopping might end right here. So let me start off with a little bit of a confession. I didn't know a whole lot about this EV before I shot this video. Like many, I assumed that Nissan had some sort of crossover EV because everybody's doing that these days, and I figured it'd have some basic stuff and it'd sort of be what you'd expect for, around $40,000. But once I got inside, I was surprised with some of the features it had, like this center console that can actually move to give you more space. It's got dual screens that support wireless CarPlay, and again, a sunroof that actually opens up. Sounds like a weird thing to be talking about and gushing about in a video, but if you appreciate a good, sunroof, it's a nice thing to have. So on the surface, the Ariya became more and more interesting, and then I started looking at Recurrent data and looking at sort of the numbers, and things got even more exciting. Pricing is gonna range from $40-ish thousand to $55-ish thousand, and while the EPA-estimated range on the base model might be a little low for some, jumping up just one trim level gives you a pretty decent boost, both in terms of range and also the creature comforts that many are going to want in their EV. Then we get to jump into Recurrent Tools and take a look at the real world data, and things also are super interesting here. What I love about what Recurrent's got here on their website is you can jump into some of the most important metrics you're going to care about as an EV owner and buyer. Like you can see what the range is gonna be today and also what that range is gonna be like in 3 years. Plus you're able to interact with a live tool here that shows you estimated gas savings to see how much you could save by making the switch. And even of course, how charging is gonna work and how about 22 minutes of fast charging is gonna add 100 miles of range when you're on your next road trip. So the tech is pretty good, pricing, range, features are pretty good. The more digging I did into this, the more I found that owners of this vehicle really like it. In fact, Recurrent actually rewarded this vehicle, or the 2023 Nissan Ariya, as the best used EV you should consider in 2025. Again, owners really like this thing, and if you are looking to go the used route, this is Recurrent's top contender you should definitely check out for yourself. Now, I'll be honest, the overall design on the outside of the vehicle is not my favorite thing ever. It's definitely trying to play into more of a classical design, plus a little bit more of a futuristic design. I will say it grew on me the more and more I looked at this vehicle, so if you don't like it at first, maybe give it a little bit of time and your mind may change. And on the inside, there's a lot of good stuff to like, and also I will say some weird quirks. For example, every time you turn the car on or off, you're gonna be greeted by a little song. The button situation is interesting. We've got lots of knobs and dials, buttons that go this way, that turn, touch-sensitive buttons, and this really weird gear shift selector thing. You've got a powered sunshade cover, and even a powered sunshade. Look at that! Sunlight! No rear view mirror. You've got something that looks like one with a digital feed to the back of the vehicle. 2 screens, but an infotainment system that looks a little clunky and leaves a lot to be desired. And get this, an entire center console that actually moves forwards and backwards. If you wanted more space, a cavernous amount of space. And the more time I spend behind the wheel of this thing, the more I sort of ponder the question, who is this car really for? I think the good news and bad news of where we are in 2025 is that there is so much competition in this space. Not just the EV space, but like this 30 to 40, 45-ish thousand dollar sort of crossover space. There is so much competition and so many companies bringing their A game, whether it's Tesla or Chevy or others, Nissan in this case, there is a lot to like. The only bad part about that is that I think that there are some concessions you're going to have to inevitably make, because some vehicles are going to give you features that you're not going to find from other auto manufacturers. And I think the overall package here in this Nissan is honestly really good. I think it drives exceptionally well, way better than I imagined it would. I think that the tech with the heads-up display and CarPlay support and all that is good. There are some quirks, don't get me wrong, but considering the price, considering the overall experience and the overall like pretty comfortable nature of the driving experience, I think that a lot of people are going to be very happy with this offering from Nissan, especially given the price. I really enjoyed my time with the Nissan Ariya. I thought the legroom in the back for back passengers was really nice. I thought, again, the tech, wireless CarPlay, not something you see on all EVs, even some double or triple the price. So that is obviously a very big bonus. And overall, while I might not have been the big fan of like the touch sensitive buttons on the wood trim and some of the weird quirks, I think there is more to like in this vehicle than there is to dislike. And in a lot of ways, it actually, I think, feels more premium than you would expect for the price. To be honest, I came away very impressed with the 2025 Nissan Ariya. Of course, we will have links to Recurrent data down below if you want to check it out. We also have a lot of different EV buyers videos on this channel if you want to see how this might compare to the Tesla Model Y. You want to check out what the competition is doing, like Rivian or Lucid. We've also, of course, have got sort of the staples in the community, Chevy Equinox EV coming up very soon as well. So definitely check out those links down below. And yeah, if this wasn't on your radar like it wasn't for me, now it should be, and definitely is worth a test drive or two and a little bit of your research, because this might just check all the boxes of what you're looking for. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Robert Rosenfeld, and this is Recurrent Auto.